Lisa Broyles here with Way to Health MD, and this is my introductory video to my new series about chronic inflammation. I'm going to answer some brief questions in this introductory video, such as what is acute versus chronic inflammation, what causes it, and then briefly introduce the different body systems that I'm going to go into. I've got 7 different body systems that over the next videos we'll go into kind of a little bit of a deep dive into that body system, how inflammation affects it, and what we can do about it. And then we'll wrap it all up at the end with bringing it all together of tips and strategies to reduce chronic inflammation and get your health optimal and feeling good again. So basically, what is acute versus chronic inflammation? So acute inflammation is a healthy response, a protective response of your body healing itself from a tissue damage or an insult. So this could be a response to an infectious agent like a bacteria or a virus or a fungus. This could be a protective response to a chemical that you inhaled, a mold that you're sensitive to, maybe some plastics in that food that you just heated in the microwave. It could be a response to different levels of hormones. Acute infection is when you get this release of these proteins called cytokines, okay? And some of the names of cytokines you may have read about are like TNF alpha, which is tumor necrosis factor alpha, TGF beta, IL-6, which is interleukin 6, interleukin 1. These are all fancy names for cytokines, which is basically inflammatory proteins that your body produces to heal itself. The problem is when your body's releasing these cytokines all the time, releasing extra corticosteroids like your cortisol, releasing extra prostaglandins, extra norepinephrine and epinephrine through your fight or flight response. All of this is released for that acute phase inflammation. Well, if that inflammation is constantly being stimulated by the different triggers that I just mentioned, then you develop chronic inflammation, which is inflammation that has lasted for at least 3 months. And this is where we can really get into trouble, because if your body is constantly triggering that cytokine production, constantly inflamed, it affects every body system in different ways, and it cumulatively makes you feel sick and tired and creates autoimmune disease, cancer, irritable bowel issues, cardiovascular disease. So I'm going to go into 7 different body systems throughout this series. I'm going to start with the gut because you really have to understand why our GI system, our gastrointestinal system, is the heart of our immune response. I'm going to follow that with some of the other body systems. We're going to go into the neurological or the brain. Then we're going to tackle the musculoskeletal system and how our pain is influenced by inflammation and what we can do about it. We're going to then go into the cardiovascular system and blood vessel health. Then endocrine, which looks at thyroid and sex hormones. Then we're going to look at the respiratory system and finish it off with hair, skin, and nails. And so we've got a lot to talk about regarding inflammation, acute and chronic. I want to just mention here that healing chronic inflammation involves removing the triggers. What caused it in the first place? What is causing your body to release all those inflammatory cytokines? Let's find that, remove that trigger, and then help the body to start becoming less sensitive to those triggers, help the body to heal and not feel so fight or flight, norepinephrine flying everywhere, super stressed out all the time. How do we get to that point? So that's what we're going to discuss. I really look forward to it. Stay tuned.